Hey there, welcome back. I'm Stacy. Question for the day. What is a soul contract? In my first video, I mentioned soul contracts. Let me expand on this idea and explain a few takeaways from Carolyn Myss's book, Sacred Contracts. We each have experiences that we are to participate in as part of this life. The general life path we are to lead has been determined before we are born. However, not everything that will happen to us is set in stone already. Free will can come into play. We meet with the souls of people we will encounter on earth before we are born, a pre-birth meeting, so to say. And those souls agree on how they will show up in our life. And by the way, we also agree on how we are to show up for them. We plan the major occurrences we will encounter, who will be in our family, who we will meet along the way and how we will meet them, and how long these people will stay in our life. I gained more information on soul contracts when reading books by Robert Schwartz. The first book I read of his was Your Soul's Plan. Once finished, I read Your Soul's Gift and Your Soul's Love. These books detail the different routes people's lives have taken. It might be experiencing an accident, going through a divorce, or living with mental illness, amongst other things. The animals we encounter, another topic, also have a plan in our life. Mr. Schwartz asks that we open ourselves to the possibility that the life we live is planned prior to our physical existence, and also proposes the idea that we have lived multiple lives over many, many years. He describes how a person in our life at the moment may be our mother, but we may have been her father in another life, and she was our son. I read these books at a time when I was open to these words, and so, being moved profoundly by them, I wanted to share these concepts with others. I have always loved reading, and when books on CD were first introduced, I didn't favor them. My mind would wander for a bit as the voices kept the story going. I'm not an auditory learner. When my focus returned to the person talking, I was wondering, who is this new character? Seriously. One of the first nonfiction books I listened to on CD was Neale Donald Walsch's Conversations with God, Book 1. I had picked up a copy of the book from the library, but I could tell that the writing style was different enough from my usual books that I wasn't sure if it would flow for me. Fortunately, the library had a CD of the book, and even with my wandering mind, I could appreciate the message fully. In fact, I would listen to the same disc over and over, gleaning new aspects each time I listened, or perhaps cementing what I had heard prior. As I listened, I thought, I want to get his message out to others and share my enthusiasm about his writings. At first, I was a bit saddened by what I had learned, in the sense that I wished I'd learned it years ago. But as mentioned before, I don't think I would have been as receptive to the information. And I also think I wouldn't have been as inclined to share this on a YouTube channel and get the message out to others. I am the eternal curious kid. Some of my truths have changed over the course of my life. I am constantly seeking, wanting to know more. It's certainly an exciting journey to take. Perhaps you will hear something that speaks to you on this channel, and you will see your life in a different way, one that opens the door to more peace and calm for you and others you know. Eckhart Tolle says, whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it. This channel has been chosen by you. Make the most of it.